Welcome to the Invisible India podcast. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Abhishek. We are a cross-cultural couple doing life in India, exploring the lesser-known mysteries of Indian culture,
Interviewing fascinating figures who have chartered new territories, and sharing life as we raise our multicultural family amongst the complexities of modern Indian life.
My name is Abhishek. My wife Jessica will be joining me as we do this podcast about life, culture, interactions, the vibrancy, the struggles of living abroad, and especially living in India, in South Asia, in the subcontinent, and occasionally making some trips in Asia and in Europe and in America. So just as our life unfolds, as our life unravels, and as we grow together, we would like to journey with you guys as we make some podcasts, as we provide our thoughts and our ideas, and as a tapestry to just journey along. So hope you guys can join us. I grew up in India and I was in the US for many years, and now I'm back. And my wife Jessica, she is from the US and she has lived in India for a few years and quite well versed with living in India as well. So yeah, just very excited to see what the future holds with this podcasting, and we are right now doing some NGO work here and helping with a couple of projects, as well as trying to start a business. So that will be another aspect of our podcast that we can talk about. All right.
And I'm Jessica, and as Abhishek was saying, the first time I came to India was 12 years back, and I just found very quickly that there's much more to India than meets the eye. There are the things that people tell you about India. There are the things that are on the surface. There are the very obvious things that seem to be a struggle or beautiful or stereotypical. And through our years here, we found that many of those things are actually not true at all. Some are not. The beauty and the complexities of the real India is something that lies under the surface and in the nuances of life. It's far beyond what you read on the news and see in photos. The issues here are often invisible. So journey with us as we explore the many faces of India while doing life here and raising our young family. So the last 1 year has been pretty disorienting for us as we moved back to India from the US after 10 years, Abhishek being there for 10 years, and we moved to a place which actually has pretty traditional values. So coming from Chicago, which is a very exciting international city, we've gone living from a family of 3 to a family of 4, and have pretty much reoriented our entire lives here. We've been through the examination process again and again, and we've found ourselves here living happily in a place that's often called a graveyard. This is a place that is pretty underdeveloped or struggles with a lot of corruption, and people often roll their eyes and say, "Why are you living there?" But there are so many treasures here. There's so many beautiful things here that we want to share. With all the changes that we've been through, one of the things that we keep coming back to are the relationships that we've built. A lot of times we sit around with each other and we just tell stories about the amazing people we've met who have stories worth telling. Why they do what they do, what makes their heart beat. And we want to tell these stories and allow people to share themselves. So we're going to have people to interview. So this is basically like a Humans of New York meet travel blogger with an Indian perspective. But we don't just travel, we actually live here. This isn't about branding ourselves, but we just want to narrate what we see around us and introduce listeners to the fascinating people and places that we have the privilege of meeting with and visiting. So honey, why don't you share your feelings and thoughts on why we moved to India?
So one of the reasons, actually there were several reasons, and just the reasons that transcend usual articulation. I think all of those were playing together for us to move back. But the things that I could articulate are things like, I felt drawn back to India and which aligned with some of the opportunities that I was seeing or I have been seeing. I had a couple of friends who are involved with nonprofit work here. Of course, there are business opportunities here that one could take advantage of. So I was really motivated to come back, and some of my family members still live here. So just it was a mixture of all these things and feeling, in a way, if you want to use the word called and calling back with all the opportunities that were here and what I was feeling at this juncture in our lives when our kids are still small, and to take this if you want to call it risk, or if you want to call it take this jump or plunge into the unknown and try to figure out what the future holds and what we can make work with the background we have, with the Indian culture that we both imbibe in us and desire to live here, even though we've lived out for several years. Just a mixture of all these things. So yeah, Jessica, why don't you share your thoughts about what were our reasons of moving to India?
I definitely want to reiterate what Abhishek said about being able to be involved in some meaningful work here. I don't want to say we were jaded with life in the U.S. I think we loved our lives there. We loved our friends. Our work was meaningful and was great. But we also realized that we have some skill sets which are a bit unique, and that no one can really do what we can do here. And in order to utilize those gifts, which are a bit unique, we really needed to be in this context. I don't want to brag on Abhishek too much, but he's a very gifted teacher. He's a very gifted linguist. He's very gifted in making complicated concepts easy to understand for common people, simple people, normal people, everyday people, and translating not just the actual language, not just translating a concept from English into Hindi or whatever, but actually translating and contextualizing the entire idea into a completely new culture is something that I think you're really good at. And that's something that we do get to do in the US, but here there's really few people doing those kind of things. So that is something that I really felt we wanted to press into, and a way that we could maybe serve society or the greater good, however you want to say, in a different way. I also want to definitely reiterate what you were saying about family. I think that it's really important for our kids to be here right now in this time. Like you were saying, it's really exciting time to be in India. It's a very chaotic time to be in India. Population is higher than ever. Things are more scarce than ever. Things are more competitive than ever. But there are some very important things that you learn about life here that we want our kids to learn. And we'll get into that in future episodes. I also feel that there are so many things here that are exciting. The food is incredible. The just flowing with the 3 seasons here of Garmi, Barsat, and Thanda, which is summer, monsoon, and winter, which is very short. It's a whole different way of life that I think is really important to understand and learn. Obviously, we want our kids to be fully immersed in different languages. Our kids are 4 and 1. So for them to be able to experience this culture, which is a part of their heritage and a part of their lives, and we hope that India will be a part of their lives in the future. At least what they've learned here will be a part of our lives in the future, for however long we're here. So we feel that making that investment in them is really important as well. So I think that's mostly what we wanted to say about why we're doing this, what this is going to be all about. And we really hope that this is enriching, and we really hope that this brings up some of those invisible issues that go far beyond what you see on the news, in photographs, on Instagram, on Facebook. And that this really takes you deep into the cultural elements of India, surrounding areas, and what it's like to have a perspective on this place and this culture.
So as we start making more podcasts, you can access it to different portals, iTunes or Striker or whatever. But as you download our episodes or listen to it, you have any questions, you have any queries, you have any thoughts and comments, please send it our way. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to respond to them, especially if it's helpful for you guys to interact with our content, but also learn something new, and especially something that is in your situation and what you're going through or what you're planning. If you're planning to visit India, if you're planning to start a business, if you're planning to hear different perspectives from this area, I think all of that you can have questions about.